Our top story, Ranjit Sinha, the former chief of the CBI, abused his powers and must be investigated. That's what the Supreme Court has said today. The court said it was not appropriate for Mr. Sinha to meet at his home top executives of firms that were charged with criminal conspiracy and corruption in two of the country's biggest scams, the 2G scam and the coal scam.
See, today the court has held that the CBI director meeting the accused persons at his residence without the presence of the investigating officer was totally improper, and therefore further investigation is needed to determine as to whether his meetings influenced the investigation of the CBI, and for that the court has said that we need the assistance of the CVC, who have been directed to inquire into certain aspects of the matter and report to the court by the 7th of July, at which time the court will consider what further steps need to be taken in this matter.
All right, so the Supreme Court has made it clear in no uncertain terms that the former chief of the CBI, Ranjit Sinha, abused his powers and that there is need for investigation. Remember that Mr. Ranjit Sinha earlier did confess that he did meet at his home with top executives of firms that were charged with criminal conspiracy and corruption in the allocation of the mobile network licenses and the coal fields. So the court, in fact, has made it clear today that there is a need to probe Ranjit Sinha. In fact, lots and lots of reactions are coming in to that. Let's just go straight across and listen in to what R.K. Raghavan had to say after that verdict.
It's a sad day for the CBI that the conduct of a former chief is to be probed. This is most unfortunate. And I think all former chiefs really feel bad about it. But then, you see, it is a directive from the highest court of the land. So you have to go through the process, at the end of which public will form an opinion on what Ranjit Sinha was. Was he really guilty, or he wasn't, or was the speculation? So I think in a way it's good that I think here is an opportunity for Ranjit Sinha to clear his name. If he succeeds it, I'll be the most happy. I quite agree. The image of the CBI is battered by the Supreme Court direction. I personally feel it's a very rightful direction, because if the CBI has to exculpate itself, definitely is an opportunity. I think I'm sure we agree to a very transparent and an impartial probe. Then we will form an opinion not earlier than that.
And we also have senior advocate KTS Tulsi on the phone line with us. Sir, thanks very much for speaking to NDTV. Your first reactions to this verdict of the Supreme Court?
My reaction is that it's come a bit too late. I was expecting this to happen much earlier. As soon as it was revealed that the former director had been meeting the accused or their representatives in a clandestine manner at his house, not once, not twice, some of them dozens of times. Some of them dozens of times on the same day. So this is unprecedented and grossly improper. In fact, it raises questions with regard to the integrity of the entire system. In the CBI has always prided itself with regard to the highest principles, ethical principles governing the conduct of investigating officers and their seniors. But this kind of a behavior one has never noticed. I'm glad that the Supreme Court has eventually directed that action should be taken.
Indeed, and you know, we were just talking to another former CBI director, R.K. Raghavan, who did say that this was a very sad day for the CBI. What do you make of how this is going to hit the image of the top investigating agency?
Well, maybe it's the first time that there is action being taken, and that also at the direction of the Supreme Court against a director of CBI. But many senior officers have earlier also been probed. They've been prosecuted for corruption, for bribery. So it's not that it's a first time maybe for the person of the rank of the director, but I'm sure many officers and officials of CBI have faced prosecutions for this sort of a thing.